What is going on, guys? Today we're looking at prime moments or icon moments. Petit, 91 CDM. He is another captain daily SBC. For the icon moments, we had big boy Thierry yesterday, another French icon, which is fantastic that we can get these links as well with the icons, or at least a perfect link. So a 91 CDM currently coming in on the market about 510 to 550 depending on when you buy him. The SBC is actually coming in at a very good price of 460 pretty much across the board, so we're going to have a look at that in a second. We just wanted to have a look at the card. We have obviously got his loan, and he is in there again until the 16th of July, so hopefully that should be in time for footies and in time for fodder during team of the season for you to go and get a lot of these if you want, or just keep them there if you don't. Really, they've got 90 days, so you can complete whoever you want, but the looks of it, we should have quite a few more because the captains, it seems like they're going throughout, so the next 5-6 days, so it's going to be interesting to see what they actually finish on as well, and if they do continue something like this would be a really cool idea to kind of keep going forward. Hopefully they do, we will see. In terms of Petit then, I actually quite like him as a DM. He has got an 85 left back, he's got an 88 DM, a 90 CDM, and now a 91 on his CDM card. He was 92 back in FIFA 20, but the other 2 years in 19 and 21, he is just a 91 CDM. Left-footed high with a freestar. No visual glitch there. He is actually freestar. He is freestar. 6'1" with outside of the foot and team player. In terms of stats, they're pretty balanced throughout, to be honest. I really can't complain massively about them. We've got a bit of shot power, a bit of long pass, long shot in fact, for his shooting. In terms of pace, again, 84 on a DM, not bad. We've gone with the engine instead of going all out shadow, which we'll talk about in a second. So you can get a +5, which would take it to 89, or you could obviously get a shadow that will take it to 94. Depending on what you want, is all dependent on you. It's how you use your DM. With the short and long pass, 91, 87, can't complain too heavily there. With obviously the engine, we get a bit of passing upgrade on there, which would take your short to 96 and your long to 92, with 89 passing as the overall. Very good indeed, most definitely. But the big thing for me for the engine is that agility balance. Would end up with 86 agility and 85 balance instead of 75. That for me is a bigger upgrade than going for the shadow, and I think it goes hand in hand with how you use your DMs. I personally think his defending at 89 is more than enough. A shadow will take it to 96, which overall would take him to a 93 DM with 94 pace, 96 defending, whereas the engine takes him to 91. Again, it all depends on what you want. I feel like you could definitely argue for either. More pace, more defending might mean a better DM. I quite like the balance side of stuff, and I think that will work in how I use my DMs. I don't necessarily need him massively OP on all of the pace and defending. He's already got a very good base level of it. His physicality should definitely take him through there. Big old unit. I'm expecting him to do well. So let's jump into the SBC, have a look at what ratings we've got, and we'll go into some matches. So we've got them here. We've got the bronze and silver, pretty standard 2 rare player packs for them. We've got an 84, an 85, an 86, and an 87. Pretty standard. 4 SBCs to complete. We had a prime gold, rare electrum, prime electrum, and small rare from them, with 2 informs needed on the 84 and 86. Nothing really too terrible there. 55 chems, 60, 65, 70. Pretty standard chems. Like I say, it's coming in at 460. Very achievable. I think this card definitely can be one that is completed during team of the season pretty much straight off the bat, really. As soon as you start getting the team of the season untradeable duplicates, you'll realize having these 90, 88, 92 rated cards untradeable mixed with a handful of 85s, a handful of 84s, it's the easiest way to get SBCs done because you just tend to do loads of them, and more than likely you end up getting the same ones, so it should be quite easy. Let's jump into some gameplay then. We'll see, is he worth this 460, and what naturally can you get out of him. Petit straight on that ball, gets the pass into Mbappe. Let's look for him again, go out wide into Paqueta. Paqueta's a funny one because he is more box to box if anything, and he does have a sweet left foot with that 5-5. I'll look for Petit in the middle here. See what his turn-in's like. Okay, he's gone the other side. Should be quite an interesting card to use. Like I say, sometimes I feel like Petit looks like he should be a little bit more on the blocky side. That's a good block on him again. Great interception once more. But sometimes these players really can surprise you. And especially some of the icons this year, I've actually quite enjoyed some of the ones that I'm thinking I really normally don't not necessarily care about them, but I don't really get on with them, to be honest. They just don't fit my style. Petit, great interception. Ben Yedder just can't pull it off into Mbappe there, though. Petit making a run through. I don't think he's going to quite get there. The big thing for me I can kind of want with him is just to know the defensive work. I think attacking as a solid DM, I don't necessarily need it massively. Maybe pushing forward every now and then to kind of maybe go outside the box. He has the shot power and long shot for it, so hopefully that should be pretty good indeed. Tried something, you never know. But the big thing for me for him is going to be interceptions, I think. Into Petit, feeding a Paqueta, finding it back into Petit, goes a left foot from distance, but a keeper had it all day long, really. Oh, but it makes the header. Varane with a stormer. 1-0. Petit again. Was looking for a Garincha move forward, but not pushing at all. And it's going to be an interesting one with Petit because I think, personally for me, I really still like Conte. I think he's an absolute fantastic CDM. And for me, he's almost the benchmark for CDMs. Naturally, most of his versions, from Team of the Year to Informs to just a flashback that I have, he does the job every single time. So if they can't almost produce or replicate that, for me, it's you could get almost like a 150 to 200k card, and he does you pretty much most of the year. Conte tends to be in the team, especially if it is an informed version or at least a special upgraded, a lot more than necessarily the gold, but it will kind of just take away that CDM need in position, unless I was to get somebody like a Prime Moments Vieira, like, then fair enough, I'm going to have to get rid of the Conte, but in terms of Petit, he's got to be on that benchmark of what Conte can do, really. Finds a ball. That is stunning. If Neymar's on side, he's not. We managed to flick it to his left foot, but stunning work. The problem is he is very, very much left-footed with that freestyle weak foot. Petit with a beautiful challenge. Gets that ball, and it's just them sort of moments that lead us to counters like this, gives us options on going forward, and that's just all you need. Don't necessarily need him to do the whole thing, but as long as he can get the challenges in, maybe make a challenge or two, a nice little pass, that is a DM's perfect role for me. I don't need much more than that. I think as well, having maybe kind of like more of a box-to-box. I know Petit probably could be used very heavily in that sort of role. Having like someone like Paqueta, who very much so for me is a massive box-to-box, it just complements well, and that's why I always have Conte there. Being more of a DM, he definitely holds the fort. Paqueta can do the defending, but really, really good at going forward, especially with the 5-star. Good tackle from Petit. Keeps the strength. I like it. Gets the pass off. Risky, but we get it. The question is he worth 460? I think definitely with upgrade packs, with Team of the Season dupes, I would say yes. I quite like him as a DM. He seems to be doing the job. Nothing absolutely crazy. Not necessarily an end-tier Team of the Season kind of icon moments DM, but most definitely holds the fort, does a good role, seems very physical, good pace on him, especially even just with the engine. I think that balance for me, it again, like I say, it depends on how you run your DMs. I personally think balance is a massive one, as I kind of do have the ball. Sometimes I don't necessarily need him to run absolute lengths of the pitch, but it's nice to know that he has got that balance just in case. Good tackle. Petit gets the ball again, and we're on that counter looking for Neymar across, but his Conte coming down and getting the ball once more. Good tackle from Petit, going on that danger again. So going into Petit then, let's have a quick recap on his SBC. So 450, 460, we'll look at the flip the cards. Bronze and silver as a standard, both rare, both 11, 2 rare player packs, easy as you like it. We've then got an 84, 85, 86, and 87. The 84 and 86 are the only two requiring a Team of the Week or FUT Champs player as a requirement. The rest of them is just a standard squad. Personally, not bad at all in terms of the requirements. I think it's a pretty standard. He is only coming in at about 5 to 550, like I say, in terms of actual price in the transfer market. So I was kind of hoping that he was going to be a little bit cheaper, thinking that you could get his 90 for 150. Again, you're not really getting a kind of a massive difference other than maybe a little bit more on his shooting. That's actually got a massive upgrade. And pace is definitely something they have increased massively this year. I'm interested, was his 78 pace? So you can see they actually have had a nice tweak to the stats this year. Definitely upgraded a lot more. So that is always something you always got to check out on, because I think the problem you get is you look at the generation and think, okay, 91, 92, 91. Well, he weren't really great last year. He's probably not good this year. But like I say, they sneakily get that 7 kind of pace in there. They manage to get 5 on the shooting. You don't always see that. So always double check the stats and check from before. He may be totally different in a different almost game engine. It's not necessarily massively different, but enough to maybe say he's usable and not usable. I think he was solid. Would I say he's the best DM in the world? Probably not. But in terms of what he brings to the table, he's got a decent amount of pace. I think engine was definitely the move. Dribbling wise is good, especially for someone 6'1". Not bad at all there. Obviously the high and average body type is going to go against him a little bit, as well as the 3-star. 3-star is not going to be massively in his favour. Even if he just had the 4-4, that would do him just to everything really. It makes him that little bit more comfortable to use. Defending's absolutely fine, and physicality is absolutely fine. Being 6'1", he's always going to have a little bit more physicality compared to some others, and I think he definitely uses that really well. And that's sometimes where you can let go of the balance and maybe go all out on the shadow, get that 10 pace as well as the 96 defending. But for me, I like the balance and agility as well as a little bit more on that passing, more of an all-round sort of DM rather than just absolute pace and defending. So that is personally where I go. It'd be interesting to let me know down below if you're going to go with engine or shadow on him, and if you are going to complete him, that is. But I think definitely the SBC is nicely priced. I don't think it's kind of over. I don't think it's under. It is a very kind of easily grinded SBC if that is what you want to go for. And like I say, you got until footies, and I don't know how far into footies it's going to be, but it's definitely over team of the season now with that next week. You've got at least, what, another 12, 13 weeks or whatever it is, 90 days. So you got plenty of time to get that done. So let me know down below if you're going to be completing him. I'm going to personally give him an 8.9. I think he's up there. The 3-star is a little bit of a letdown compared to other DMs. The high and average body type is again, one of not of my favorites. So personally for me, I will kind of prefer somebody like a Kante, who is going to do that role, maybe have a bit more agility on him, a little bit quicker on that dribble. Even if he isn't necessarily as going forward as Petit, he definitely does the job as that DM. So let me know down below if you're going to complete him. Make sure you do like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.